Chelsea Shar, and you're watching the 2025 May primary election preview show hosted by Spectrum Cable 1022. We have offered all candidates the opportunity to film a 5-minute spot to inform you of their platform and professional background. We hope this sheds light on who the candidates are and helps you to make an informed decision on Election Day, May 6, 2025. Some candidates did not respond or turn down their spot, so what you'll see today is who we were able to record. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you at the polls.
Hi everyone, I'm Mastriani, and it's great to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity to speak about my candidacy for City Council Person at Large. For those who don't know me, I've had the privilege of serving our city as City Council Person for the past 5 years. It's truly been an honor to work for the citizens of Alliance. This is my home, and this is why I choose to raise my family here. When I first decided to run for City Council, my main goal was simple. I wanted to help make Alliance an even better place for all of us, for our families, for our neighbors, and for our businesses, for everyone who calls this city home. This is still what gets me up in the morning and what drives my work every single day. I believe Alliance should be a place where our kids want to stay and build their lives, and that means focusing on the things that matter the most: good housing, great job opportunities, and a safe, vibrant community. Over the past few years, we've made some real progress together. We've made it easier for businesses to invest here by working with Stark County on our building department. We're using programs like the Urban Development Action Grant to help local businesses grow. We've welcomed new businesses to town, creating jobs and bringing new energy to Alliance. We've even worked hard to get ourselves out of fiscal watch, and we're investing in the things we all use and enjoy, like our roads and our parks. As the chairman of the Planning, Zoning, and Housing Committee, I've spent a lot of time thinking about our homes and our neighborhoods. Because a home isn't just a building, it's where we build our lives and our memories. Everyone deserves a safe and well-maintained place to live, whether you rent or own your home, and I'm committed to making sure that happens. I will stay committed to protecting our most valuable investments, our homes, and I will stay committed to a proactive and fair approach to code enforcement, holding people accountable when our neighborhoods aren't being cared for. You know, it's been exciting to see companies like Grove Appliance and Mac Trailer expand right here in Alliance, and to welcome new businesses like IML Container and Meyer. These investments bring good paying jobs to our community. Looking ahead, I want to use my experience in development to explore new ways to attract even more quality businesses and support our residents. Things like tax incentives for both businesses and even for families building their dream homes here are tools that we need to consider. We need to be ready to act quickly when someone wants to invest in Alliance. We need to be creative in setting Alliance apart from other cities in Northeast Ohio. My campaign tagline is focused on the future. I always consider how the actions I take as a council person today will impact our future, our tomorrow, and our years to come. I will work hard every day to make Alliance the best it can be. It's been an honor to serve as part of Alliance's story for the past 5 years, and I'm excited about what we can achieve together in the years to come. I'm humbly asking for your vote on May 6th so we can keep building that future together. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Jorge Mendoza. I'm running as a Democrat for member at large of Alliance City Council. I live in Ward 3 near Mount Union, along with my wife Nikki, my 2 beautiful girls, a couple of cats who live with us, and I work in the nonprofit sector as a data analytics manager. I'm running for City Council out of the conviction that while this city increasingly looks better positioned to grow, we must have a prudent path to sustainable growth, a set of priorities for how we care for our neighbors, and the resolve to promote public trust through greater transparency in serving the needs of all of our citizens. We need to expand the diversity of opportunity, not simply increase its existing avenues. We need to embrace a regional approach, collaborating with other municipal governments, making connections across public, business, and nonprofit sectors to find ways to build for the coming decades. We need to invest for the long term, doing what we can to provide robust municipal services that can withstand or avoid the trends that are currently affecting our water, our roads, and our public health. We need safe and fair housing practices based on a proactive approach that have not only been shown to work in similarly sized cities, but also stand up to legal scrutiny, is not footed by taxpayers, and empowers the best stewards of housing in our communities while enforcing accountability against neglectful or exploitative practices. Before I decided to run, my fellow colleague Jessica Rizleti and I, we began a group called Alliance Citizens for Safe Housing. It was born from seeing how the rental ordinance debate had largely been shaped through this past summer, and concern over blatant appeals to scare people about how much rent would increase if the rental ordinance were to be amended. The state of our city's rental housing market is one where Alliance is a hub for cheap properties in need of a lot of work inside and out, with outdated regulation and minimal enforcement. With City Council seemingly immobilized in making substantive policy change because of the influence of local special interests, we decided to learn more. We put our ears to the community. We heard from those who were willing to go public when they were no longer worried about retaliation from their landlord. We heard many more stories from those who did not go public because they were in situations where that was a real possibility. We saw the interiors of some homes ourselves, and the conditions people we know are living in have led to their children hospitalized for either lead or mold exposure. And through our group, we have tried to help individuals in the varied circumstances they face however we could. And we're not a nonprofit. We have no resources, just fellow members in the community who care deeply for their Alliance neighbors. And we plan on doing more, regardless of the outcome of this election. This issue for me leads into a concern for government transparency. Some members of the community who believe no further amending of our current ordinance on rentals is necessary insist that the issue is strictly about non-enforcement. They're partly correct about that. The issue is that there is a chain of command, and if requests to issue citations, summons, and fines hit a wall going up that chain, then of course there's going to be minimal, if no enforcement. Aside from promoting a proactive rental registry approach that does not rely on complaints, citizens deserve to know why their complaints have been seemingly ignored. I'll promote transparency in our government across the board, and if any member of city government, be they elected or appointed, is using their office to benefit themselves or special interests, there should be transparency and accountability. And I'll work with other members of City Council and the administration, God willing, to that end. I also want to address something that's on the minds of many of our neighbors. As we look to the next few years, many of us can't help but feel the weight of uncertainty on our mind and tension in our bodies with how broader national political choices may cascade down to communities like ours. And we have great organizations here in Alliance that support a variety of needs when it comes to food security, shelter, addiction recovery, medical needs, and so much more. For at least the next couple of terms, we will need unprecedented boldness from our local leaders in working to uplift the efforts of those organizations, because resources and funding, as we've known, may no longer be assured. But through amplifying our advocacy and community engagement, connecting regionally with other cities, and looking for areas to collaborate effectively, we can withstand what may come. So to my fellow citizens, I deal with making sense of complex information on a daily basis, and I'm guided by a deep sense of justice. Cold, hard numbers are only as good as the value we get from them to do better for our communities. I hold the motivation to learn, along with the desire to see people's living conditions improve and opportunities increase. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Jessica Rizleti, and I've had the privilege of calling Alliance home for the past 14 years. As a stay-at-home mom to 3 wonderful children, I understand the daily challenges families face. My professional background includes working with preschool-aged children through Head Start, Early Head Start, and the YWCA. I'm also deeply involved in our community, serving as a board member for Union Avenue Preschool, the YWCA of Alliance, and actively participating in my children's school through the PTO. I am also the co-founder of Alliance Citizens for Safe Housing, an advocacy group that is pushing for stronger rental policies to protect all families in our community. I am running for office because I believe our city can do better for families and children. One of my top priorities is ensuring that we have safe, affordable housing. That starts with stronger rental policies, including interior inspections, so that every home in Alliance is a safe place for families to live. Without these policies, too many people will continue to struggle to find a home that meets their basic needs and is safe. Additionally, I believe our community deserves better public transportation. Right now, bus shelters are few and far between, leaving people exposed to elements in dangerous weather conditions. We need more shelters, more options, and a system that better serves the people who depend on it. We also need spaces for families and children to go, especially in the colder months when the weather keeps us indoors. A community center for more indoor programs would provide vital opportunities for kids to stay active and engaged year-round. Finally, I am in full support of the fire department's desire to take over emergency transport. We've seen smaller communities successfully do this, and our first responders are already trained to provide this care we need. This would reduce costs and improve care for us all. Together, we can build a stronger, safer, and more supportive alliance for families and children. I'm ready to work for you. Thank you for your support.
Hello, my name is Reverend Joshua Smith, and I'm running for an at-large seat on Alliance City Council. Alliance has been my home for over a decade. My wife Chrissy and I are raising our 2 kids here, Lincoln and Leah, and I've had the privilege of serving as the pastor of First Baptist Church during that time. I'm running because I believe local government can be more than meetings, budgets, and ordinances. And I believe it can and should be more than the work that shows up in the headlines of the local paper. I believe it should be about people, about service, and about trust. As a pastor, I've spent years listening to people's fears, their frustrations, and their hopes. I've sat with folks at their kitchen tables, in hospital rooms, funeral homes, and in quiet moments after worship. And in all of that listening, I found that one of the things people want most is to feel like they have value, that they matter to someone. And that's what I want to bring to City Council. Leadership that puts people first, that builds relationships beyond election season, that listens before it speaks, that knows how to show up consistently and even quietly for the good of the community. I'm not running to push an agenda or to climb a ladder. I'm running because I think I can help build something good here, something grounded, compassionate, and worthy of the people who call this city home. That vision of leadership isn't just theoretical, it shapes the kind of work I believe City Council should be doing every day. If elected, I'll focus on 3 priorities. The first is proactive communication and accessible leadership. People shouldn't have to guess what's going on at City Hall. I want to create more ways for residents to hear from their leaders and share what matters most to them before decisions are made, whether it's through public updates, community listening sessions, or simply being available. I believe communication should be steady, honest, and two-way. My second priority is practical partnerships over hero politics and personalities. Alliance already has incredible people and organizations doing good, meaningful work. Nonprofits, churches, schools, and service providers. I'm not running to take the spotlight or to reinvent the wheel. I want to connect the dots, support what's already working, and bring city government to the table as a reliable partner. My third priority is fresh eyes and honest questions. I don't come with a long resume in city government or administration, and that's the point. I'm not attached to how it's always been done. I believe a new voice at the table can ask questions others might overlook and help us uncover better ways forward by listening carefully and thinking clearly. Alliance doesn't need louder voices or bigger personalities. It needs steady, thoughtful leadership, people who are willing to do the quiet work of building trust, strengthening partnerships, and asking better questions. That's the kind of council member I intend to be. If you believe in leadership that listens first, values people over politics, and focuses on what really works, I'd be honored to earn your vote on May 6th and to serve our city with that kind of care and conviction.
Good morning. My name is Sheila Cherry. I'm the first ward councilman here in the city of Alliance. I've been away from council for the last 4 months, but I have been on and served the people of Alliance for 14 years. And as you all know, in politics, there's pros and cons and issues. We can agree to disagree and still accomplish things here in the city of Alliance. Lately, we have an issue with affordable housing, which is one of my mottos that I explained when I started council. My slogan was building a better neighborhood as well as a community. And right now, we're in a little turmoil as far as affordable housing. But I'm thankful that we have some people on board, like the Habitat for Humanity, Nikki McElwain. She's worked very hard to sustain affordable housing for the citizens of Alliance. we have to go back to the administration and address some of the issues that's at hand. There's discrepancies and issues that needs to be handled. You have a lot of property owners and rentals that need to be addressed, whether they be interior or exterior. But we have to sit down and actually come up with a concurrent solution, because over the years, 27 years have passed and the issue still exists. That was one reason why I decided to serve the Citizens of Alliance, and we must attend to the issues at hand. If we need additional employees to get the job done for checking on the houses, because in 14 years, the same issues are still sitting out here in my neighborhood. There's dilapidated, blight, trailers and buses in our yards, but yet and still, we can't put a dollar on somebody to remove all of this, because it should have been enforced through code enforcement to move all of these issues out of the neighborhood so that people can concentrate on fixing up their homes. And everybody don't got $1 million in their pocket to fix a house. It has to be cohesive. We got to work together. And as they said in last Monday's council meeting, proactive. We all are guilty and we all must come together and find a solution. We have 2 ordinances out there, 771, 1998 ordinance, and the amendment came through 1825. We must put everything together so that when someone comes 20 years from now, they can look at that ordinance and follow through as to see what we done, then to go look and search in several ordinances. It has to be one unit and all of us working together to make sure that we take care of the housing. We have a lot of new issues, new properties coming in out on State Street, which is progress. Alliance has progress over the years, but we still have to do more. We all have to come together with a positive solution instead of meetings on top of meetings. What's the use of having meetings when we don't get a solution after 18 months? We must work together to get things done properly. And that means that who's ever at fault, whether it be council persons or whether it be the administration, we have to work together with the public and homeowners and everybody involved. We need to get the, we have a contract with Landlord-Tenant Association. We have a contract with the Landlord-Tenant Association that we need to have them on board with us so that we could all come together to have solutions to the issues at hand. We've done a Western Reserve inventory of all the houses in Alliance. These houses have not just popped up and graded A through D, but some of these houses have been this way for 24 plus years. And we really need to come together, and I think we can have a positive solution to the issues at hand of affordable housing in Alliance.
Hello, my name is Logan Keller. I am currently running as a candidate for the 3rd Ward Council in the City of Alliance. I'm running on my platform of honesty and integrity and being a working class man for a working class town. At the end of this, we've had a 14-month battle with rental registration programs. The only reason why I was ever opposed to it is because I don't believe that 95% of people should pay for a 5% problem. With that also being stated, I don't think that people should live in poverty or in sewage or filth. I believe that people should be well taken care of and live in clean, safe, affordable housing. I also believe in allowing the Alliance Fire Department to transport. I believe that it is a very profitable market for our fire department, and I've seen the numbers where it costs us residents $1.5 million a year to effectively pay for an EMS service contract. Consider my candidacy for May 6th in the election. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cindy King, and I'm the 2nd Ward Councilman for the City of Alliance. I've been doing this job for 10 years, and I am a proud aviator, class of '76, and I decided to drop out of college and stay here and work at American Steel Foundries in which I've put in 35 years. I am very much into the political scene. I've been a political activist since the 2000s. I've worked on Governor Strickland's campaign, which gave me a lot of experience. But I decided to become a councilwoman through Phyllis Phillips, who became ill, and I took her spot to finish her time, but I decided to stay. And since I decided to stay in Alliance, Carnation City, I want to make a difference. If I'm going to be here, I want to make a difference. I want to leave some type of legacy. The second ward, it is the worst blighted ward in this city. Anyone can say whatever they want, but until you ride through the second ward, live in the second ward, experience the second ward, you have no clue. We need a real grocery store. It's been a while. Thorns closed, Sanders came in, they closed, and now we have Stark Fresh. Stark Fresh is okay for a mini mart, but we need a full-blown grocery store. We now need a pharmacy. We need a handicapped post office. And there are so many other things that we need. And there's so many times that I do want to quit as a councilwoman, because what they say, you can't fight City Hall, is so true. But I'm going to stay. I'm a strong woman of steel, and I'm going to stay and I'm going to stand until I can help this ward get what they need. Until I do, I'm going to stay and just pray that this will all come together. Mayor Grove is a good man. He really believes in the city of Alliance, but there are just, and he was raised up in First Ward, but now he's over across State Street. And there's just as many important and vital matters over here on the Second Ward. And I will continue to say that because that is who I represent as a councilwoman. And for those of you who are thinking of running for office, have you volunteered? Have you put in any time? Does anyone in the community know you? Have you studied your policies and different things that you need to run for a councilwoman or councilman? It's just not, it's more than meets the eye. And if I were you, I suggest that you get out here and volunteer and meet the people. And that's another one of the things that I stand on. I am a Democrat, but I am we the people first and foremost. I don't do Democrat and Republican. It's we the people. I am here to serve the people. Anyone can call me at any time. All you have to do is Google and everything will come up, all of my phone numbers and everything. I am willing to talk to anyone, hear your complaints, or just hear your encouragement. Because as the complaints come in, I have gotten so many positive, encouraging phone calls to things that I've done or that we've done that people are really happy with. So it's not all bad, just like everything else. It's take the good with the bad. But I want to thank you for this time, and I am running unopposed. So, but I just wanted to come and let you know that I am Cindy King, Second Ward Councilwoman, and I am happy to represent the Carnation City, and I am proud to be a resident of this Carnation City, and it is the best place to raise children and all of our festivities and so many things to do. But I just want to thank you and have a good day.
Good evening, friends, neighbors, and fellow citizens of Alliance. My name is Ed Lonus, and I'm honored to be speaking with you today, not just as a candidate for Alliance City Council, but as a proud resident who has called this city home since 1996. Alliance is more than just a place on a map. It's a place where values are built, families are raised, and neighbors support each other. I've spent the last 5 years working hard to serve this community with dedication, transparency, and a focus on real results. During my time on City Council, I've worked to address key issues that impact our everyday lives. In infrastructure and property upkeep, I've advocated for road maintenance, helped enforce parking regulations, and pushed for action on neglected properties that bring down our neighborhoods. In public safety, I helped secure the renewal of our EMS service contract at no cost to the city, ensuring reliable emergency care without raising taxes. And when it comes to financial stability, I was part of the leadership that brought Alliance out of a 7-year fiscal watch. Today, our city holds a $4.5 million carryover, a financial cushion that allows us to invest in our future with confidence. But service doesn't stop at City Hall. Beyond my council work, I remain deeply committed to the people of Alliance. I serve on the board of the Stark County Community Action Agency, advocating for early childhood education. I support local business growth through the Urban Development Action Grant Committee. Recent examples of loans that helped create new businesses and employment are Zook Coffee, A1 Japan Steakhouse, and Mikasa. I also founded a nonprofit that humanely controls Alliance's feral cat population, because every part of our community deserves care and attention. These efforts reflect what I believe leadership should look like: engaged, thoughtful, and community first. Having lived and worked here for nearly 3 decades, I understand our city's needs, and I remain dedicated to improving services, supporting responsible property management, and encouraging economic growth that benefits us all. This election isn't just about who sits on the City Council, it's about the kind of future we want for Alliance. I believe in that future, I believe in this city, and I hope I can earn your continued support and your vote on May 6th. Thank you, Councilman Ed Lonus, 3rd Ward. Oh, one more thing. If you would like to hear more of my beliefs and thoughts, you can search the Alliance Review online from Monday, April 21st, and the article was Alliance City Council, Lonus Faces Off in Ward 3 Republican Primary. Okay, thanks again.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Kiko, and I'm asking for your support in the Republican primary for Alliance City Council at large. As your current councilwoman, I've proudly served for the past 2 years representing the people of Alliance. My conservative principles guide me in every decision I make, especially ensuring fiscal responsibility and fully supporting our safety services while promoting transparency in government. I believe that residents deserve to be part of the process that shapes their city. As chair of the Safety and Judiciary Committee, I introduced legislation to use American Rescue Plan dollars to upgrade our dispatch center with modern technology and created an improved workspace for those handling the city's most critical calls. I also brought forward legislation to purchase 55 mobile radios for our police department, ensuring that our officers have the tools that they need to keep our community safe. In addition, I have supported legislation that allocated FEMA grants funds to purchase over $40,000 in rescue equipment for our fire department and securing funding for 2 new vehicles, furthering strengthening our emergency response capabilities. As a member of the Finance Committee, I advocated for using ARPA dollars to bring our Senior Citizen Center up to ADA standards, giving our seniors a vibrant, accessible space to connect, thrive, and continuing shaping the legacy of Alliance. I also championed urban development grants to support new businesses like Zook Coffee and A1 Japan, helping drive economic growth and job creation in our community. Working and partnering with community organizations like Habitat for Humanity, I worked to help initiate a revolving loan fund for low-income homeowners, providing assistance for vital repairs and help improving our neighborhoods from the ground up. On the Planning, Housing, and Zoning Committee, I stood strong against overreaching government proposals that would burden landlords and tenants with excessive fees and bureaucracy. I support smart, responsible policy, not big government solutions that worsen our housing crisis. I've continuously asked tough questions and refused to support policies that violate conservative values or add unnecessary strain on taxpayers. We already have an ordinance recently strengthened that allows for action on unsafe housing. More red tape is not the answer. We must govern with common sense, accountability, and respect for tax dollars. I love this city to my core. Alliance checked all the boxes: strong safety services, walkable neighborhoods, and a robust park system, everything a family needs. My foundation in God and faith fuels my service. One of my proudest achievements have been working along Chief Hunt to bring a safe haven baby box to Alliance, giving mothers in crisis a safe, life-affirming option for their babies. You'll often find me joyfully out in our community because serving the Alliance is my calling, just after God and family. I'm deeply rooted in the people of this city, and I am proud to stand with and for you. On May 6th, I humbly ask for your vote as your true Republican representative on Alliance City Council at large. Let's continue putting people first. Thank you.
Hello, Alliance. My name is Andrew Selwa, and I'm running for City Law Director. I grew up in Parma, Ohio, where I always knew I was going to be a lawyer. I attended Padua Franciscan High School, Bowling Green State University for undergrad, and Capital Law School. While I'm not a homegrown aviator, my wife Jamie is. We relocated from Columbus to Alliance to give our son the life that Jamie had growing up. Alliance was great for her, and it's great for us. Throughout my practice, I've always been guided by these principles. Justice is blind, all people are equal, the Constitution is neither left nor right, and ultimately treat others the way you want to be treated. These principles have guided me throughout my 17 years of practice that spans private practice, in-house counsel, and a prosecutor for 2 different Ohio counties. I've practiced in almost every corner of this state, from the river to the lake, and I'm running for your law director in the City of Alliance to bring us back together. As law director, I will represent the city responsibly and ethically. I will advise and counsel the city's officials and their employees. I will advise and counsel them on what is right and what is wrong, and I will work with them to achieve their goals, because their goals are your goals. As law director, I do not believe that it's fair or right to substitute my interest or agenda for that of the people. I will counsel and advise with timeliness, dignity, and respect. I will do what is needed to make this city better while remembering my principles. Justice is blind, all people are equal, the Constitution doesn't have a political party, and that everyone needs to treat others as they wish to be treated. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chris Begera. I've been your councilman at large since being appointed in 2019 and re-elected twice. I'm a lifelong resident of Alliance. I graduated from Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union, and I've been married to my wife Jen for 24 years, and we have 3 wonderful children, Dylan and Carter, who both graduated from Alliance High School, and Elena, who is currently a freshman at Alliance High School. I have 25 years of professional experience in finance and risk management and insurance, and currently I serve on the Finance Committee and the Utilities Committee, and I chair the Streets and Alleys Committee. It has been my goal since being appointed to council to fix the streets in our town. In order to attract new business to our town, I believe infrastructure of our city has to be front and center, and the streets must be a top priority. I believe we have done a great job over the past 5 years and would argue that we have paved more streets in that time than the previous 10 years combined. We have a 15-year goal to get all the streets paved, and I think we have had a great start. I know Union and State Street seem to be the main focus, and unfortunately, we do not control when those roads are paved. Fortunately, Union is done and State Street will be completed in 2026, and that should alleviate a lot of stress for our city. Along with the streets, I've tried to bring transparency and a common sense approach to city government. If we put our self-interests aside for the greater good of the community, I think we could accomplish great things for our city. If re-elected this year, I will continue to hold our administration and council to the high standards that I believe our citizens deserve. Honesty and integrity go a long way. I think we have gotten away from the truth because it can be hard to hear, but we need honesty and integrity now more than ever. I promise to bring honesty and integrity to my civic duties and continue to do what is right for the citizens of Alliance. I'd like to thank Alliance High School for giving us candidates a platform to share our views, and I thank all the citizens of Alliance who have put their trust in me for the past 5 years, and I hope that I have earned your vote again on May 6th to continue as your councilman at large. Thank you.